Hello, guys. This is Jace Melanio, and you're listening to our new blabbering episode for today. I would like to welcome each and every one of you. Welcome to the show. I hope you learned something from this episode. So, for this episode, we will be talking about self love. Now, I want to talk more about self care and self love because, as we've seen, there's an increase of number of people hyping and pushing people to love themselves, right? And there's a certain need for us to feel self fulfilled. One thing that I've seen on people who are working on self love is that they think that loving themselves or loving yourself is something a bit selfish. And I totally understand that because loving other people should be our top priority, right? Now I thought that that was a good formula. Well, you are helping other people, you're giving value to people. That's a good thing, right? That's a nice thing to do. But here's the thing: once you understand that you can never pour from an empty cup, you'll realize that in order for you to truly be selfless, is that you need to be selfish from time to time. You know what? There's this one person who asked me, how do you keep this energy or this patience that you have? So someone asked me that. And I thought to myself, oh nga no, how did I do that? How was I able to sustain myself in helping many people as much as I can? I said that helping other people is my purpose. But I realized that I helped and helped and helped to the point that I did not take care of myself. I did not prioritize self love. I did not prioritize self care. And it came to a point that I was so exhausted. It came to a point when I was so burnt out that I didn't want to push forward and I didn't want to go on and I didn't want to show up because I just want to rest. Because I was physically, mentally, and emotionally tired. That's what I am. So at that point, I said to myself, never will I not prioritize myself again. A lot of people think that self love is like buying good things or drinking coffee all by yourself and so on. Well, those are part of it. Those are the great examples. But the first part of self love is self. Okay? It's not really a love that you get from other things, material things, or the people around you. Self love is actually working on yourself. If you truly want to have a transformation that you need to atone for this past mistake that you did, and how do you atone yourself? It's you work on yourself. You should work on your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual. You know what? There are actually three things that you can do or follow for you to build a sustainable path towards self care. The first one is that you need to exercise. Guys, we need to exercise. I read that there's a certain hormone that allows us to repair the neurons inside our minds, the muscles that we have in our body, and the organs that we have through exercise. And also, it will really make you feel good. So, the first thing that we need to do is to exercise. Okay? The second is journaling. A lot of people, they don't know how to start with, loving themselves, with personal development, and with growth. We need to study, not to, not to study whatever you're studying in college or work. I mean, study yourself. The journaling part is the most peaceful time that you could give to yourself. You work on yourself and you give yourself that to just be at peace. Just be with yourself. Self care is intentional. You need to be intentional in taking care of yourself and loving yourself a little bit more. So, you journal, right? You journal, you take the time to give yourself some alone time or me time to just be with your thoughts. Sit down, let your body follow, or let your body follow or catch up with your thoughts. The third is um the reading part or the learning part. If you're not a reader, you can listen to a podcast or watch some motivational or inspirational videos on YouTube or educational videos or on YouTube or whatever. Just make sure that you are learning, okay? Because if you're not learning, then you're not growing. And if you're not growing, then you're dying. So make sure that you take the time to study, okay? The best people, they are achieving abundance in this life. Those are the people who are not willing to settle for anything that they already know. They want to learn more. They are obsessed in learning more and more and more. And that's the most fulfilling thing ever, to see that we're learning, to see that we're growing, right? It could be learning it could be learning a new skill or a new language. It can be anything as long as you're learning. So yeah, these are the three steps or the things that you can do or you can generally follow towards taking care of yourself. A lot of people think that self-love is something that is really hard to do, but it actually takes 1 hour of your day to love yourself, and this is necessary. Self-love is not selfish. Being selfish is one way to be selfless, okay? It's not a bad thing to take care of yourself, to put yourself as a priority, because I learned that in doing that, you might lose the short term and you will win in the long term. So adjust. And if we're focused on building a sustainable and an abundant future, then we need to understand that we need to trade in some things and uh, prioritize self-care and self-love. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this episode. I hope that you learned something about our blabbering episode for today. Thank you so much, guys, for listening. I'll see you guys again on the next episode. Thank you. Bye bye.